we're recording. We're just going to jump right in. Guys, I'm Ashley Joves. I'm one of the co-hosts of the Making of podcast. And if you haven't already known, we're doing a whole season of the Making of Bloom Dental Co. with the amazing Dr.Toni Torres. If this is your first ever episode listening to Toni's story, make sure to go back to the beginning. I think we are 8 or 9 episodes in, Toni, and she has spilled the tea about everything. And I'm super excited. I am in my dental office now. I'm totally not prepared, but Toni is. Hi, Toni.
Hello.
Hi. Okay, so last time we spoke, I told the audience to reach out to you with any questions, and then you just told me that they have been reaching out to you.
They
So we're
have.
just
So
gonna.
I wrote down as questions have been coming in. Some of these questions are really great and highlight some of the things I feel I didn't get to speak to or give more detail on when we were recording the podcast. So I have a list of questions. I'll share with the listeners some of the things that people have been curious about, and I'll go over just my explanations or my answers to those questions. Sound good?
I think that's incredible. Okay, actually before we get started, do you want to talk about your photo shoot?
Oh, yes. So it was really great. It was kind of like a photo shoot slash video shoot for Scott Luna's coaching. They sent someone out. They wanted to get like my testimonials for the coaching service. And it was so much fun. I was super nervous to do it, but they were very professional and just led the way through the whole question and answer process. And then it was super cool because they stayed an extra hour or two just to help me get content for my Instagram and my social media. So I'm super excited to see just some of the videos and things that I can make from that content. It was super fun. It was me and Joseph and Ari. So it was our whole team. And so I'm going to get some really good team photos out of it.
That's super exciting. How long were they there for?
This guy he was like due diligence, man. He was here for a good 6 hours. But
Holy
a
smokes.
lot of it, maybe 3 hours, was actually shooting us. And then he was just getting, detailed shots of the office and the decor and external shots. He was great.
Now, was it one person? So he was a videographer and a
Yeah,
photographer?
it was. I love it because we were supporting local business. They sent out a local media crew, and I believe they're a two-man team. They were called Nomad Media. And but his partner runs the part of the business in LA, and he ran the part of the business here in Vegas. So he came out and he said they're normally a two-man team, but I think that's why it took so long is because he did it all himself.
Oh, well, that I can't wait to see the finished product.
I
That's
know,
super
too.
awesome.
Me too.
Okay. So I'm glad you had a great photo session, video session. Anytime that you're on camera, I don't know about you, but like, do you get like super sweaty?
Yeah, I'm sweaty right now. Even when I do these podcasts, so I'm like, oh my gosh, this cardigan's so hot. You're just afraid you're going to sound like a doofus or say something stupid. It's like human
Oh,
nature, right? But
100%.
that's
And
what
it
we're here
doesn't get
for.
easier.
We're here for that, at least on our podcast, right?
Yes, absolutely. I think people love the authenticity of,
Yeah,
being a doofus.
yeah, I agree. Your Thanksgiving.
Oh, well, it was amazing because we were by the beach in Maui.
Oh my gosh, I
Yeah.
forgot.
Yeah, it was exactly what I needed. And I don't know. Okay, I know I said this is going to be a super short episode, but I have to tell you the crazy story.
Okay,
So
what?
Brian and my 3 boys and my in-laws. So Brian's parents came with us to Hawaii.
Hmm.
We were supposed to leave Thursday morning at the butt crack of dawn. We got to the airport at 5:30 a.m. on
Mhm.
Thursday, and then
Like
we get
Thursday,
to
the
know.
day of Thanksgiving?
No, the
Thursday
Thursday
prior.
before.
Okay.
Thursday before. So we're supposed to spend 9 days on Maui.
Okay.
And so we get all of the boys ready. We wake them up at like 3 in the morning, which is so much fun, right?
Mhm.
And getting everybody out the door. and we made it on time, and we were supposed to board the plane at 6:25. We
Okay.
literally got through security at 6:25. We're like, "Oh my gosh, it's perfect." And then we wait and we wait, and then the flight or whoever, they're not flight attendants, they're just the people who work
Work,
for
yeah, that gets you on the
Hawaiian.
plane. Yeah.
Yes. So they get on the loudspeaker and they announce, like, so there is something that is malfunctioning on the plane, and we don't really have much detail for you guys, but just stay tight. We'll know something by in a little bit, they think. And the scheduled departure is now 8:30. So we're like, okay, well, that's a bummer. Long story short, we were at the airport with three crazy boys and my in-laws for 8 hours.
No.
8 hours. Throughout this entire process, we are barely getting any updates. Like, it's one thing if we can, like, know for a fact, like, hey,
Mhm.
the part isn't here. Like, there's no plane, go home. It was almost like a carrot was being dangled with so little information that you had to stay by the gate for the
Yeah.
announcement. So it was 8 hours of that. And then they finally said, we don't have a plane and the flight is canceled. So then now they also announce, now we are going to be rebooking the entire flight on a first come, first serve basis. So 350 people get up, and now it's like a mad scramble to the front to get like new flights, and
Oh my
everyone is on
gosh.
their phones, like trying to call Hawaiian. No, it was, and it was after a really long week, Toni. Like, if anybody needed a vacation, it was certainly me. Like, I mean, we can chat more about that offline, but I was like, I am so tired, like, just emotionally and physically just drained. And I
Mhm.
really was looking forward to this trip. And we were able to get seven of us on a 6 a.m. flight the next day. But instead of going direct, we had to have a 3 hour layover in Seattle. So basically, all
But
in all, by
still,
the time we started this process of getting over to Maui, it was 36 hours
oh my
when we
gosh.
landed.
And you had to
Yeah.
go home and wake the boys up at 3 a.m.
Yeah.
again. And
Yeah. It
geez, how long did it take to get it sorted out? All those people trying to fix their flights.
Oh, hours. I think that was why it was such a long process.
Oh my gosh.
Everyone, like, the line, and there were only two people working the Hawaiian desk. And I tried to go to the other desks that were empty that are still Hawaiian, and they're like, we're sorry, it's only their booth. I'm like, oh, you guys are so helpful.
Gosh, what a nightmare.
No,
Oh,
but
so you
our
lost what, a
Thanksgiving
day?
was,
You lost a day and a half?
we lost a day and
Maui.
a half.
Oh.
And but it just made our time there even more special. Like, I had to constantly remind myself, like, we are in a position where we are going to be in paradise with our family, we're healthy,
Mhm.
plenty to be grateful for. But in the moment, it's like, are you kidding me, we're so
Yeah,
tired.
crazy. I know. My
But
best
it
friend
was great.
is there right now. And it's
Your
her,
best friend is there?
yeah, because she grew up there and it's her first time going back since the fires. So I know she's been really like pent up energy and nervous about going home. But she's there right now and it looks like she's having a great time. It looks beautiful.
Yeah, it was our first time going back after the fires too.
Yeah.
And it's so sad. Like, we were going to Maui almost every year, and
Mm-hmm.
we have family portraits of, like, the boys
Oh,
growing up
every
in
year.
the same spot, and that spot is no longer. So
Oh,
it's really
it's
heartbreaking.
heartbreaking.
But Maui is rebuilding, and
Strong.
it's really exciting to see the growth. And if you are even remotely considering going to Maui, please do. That community needs our support. They
Mhm.
rely on
Tourism
tourism.
and
So make sure
yeah,
to go. Twist my arm, right? Go to
seriously.
Maui.
I mean, as long as that doesn't happen to my plane.
Oh gosh, yeah. Yeah.
Oh, well,
Okay.
Shadow.
Sorry. That was some backstory, but it was great. And now on to your questions.
Sounds good. Okay, so I've got two sticky notes full, so we'll see. How important has social media been to my growth? And basically, this doctor was asking if I actually get patient referrals from Instagram, from TikTok. So I would say basically, I think right now, at least at Bloom, like 1 in 4 patients has been finding me on some type of social media platform, which is crazy. So
Nice.
I put it as an option on my health or like my new patient form. I put, how did you hear about us? And so right now, 1 in 4 patients are actually saying they found me on social media, but that could mean from my joyful dentist or from my posts on Instagram or TikTok. And also, I think a part of that population is from the Facebook group. Like in my neighborhood, they started posting on the Facebook group. So that's something
Nice.
outside of my marketing efforts. But what I ended up explaining to this doctor, who she particularly didn't want to be in front of a camera or film herself doing things, and so I would just encourage people to try it, at least to get your brand out there, because
Yeah.
it's been so beneficial even to just convert people out in the real world to coming in and seeing me. Because, like last night, Ari and I went to a Henderson Chamber event, like a networking event. And what I do is I pull up my Instagram page, I hit share profile, so it gives you the QR code. And I'm meeting other business owners, and I say, here, follow my educational Instagram. And a lot of those people don't remember you from a business card. I've
Mm.
been finding they start following me on Instagram. They start feeling like they know me and they understand like my passion about dentistry, how we do things at the office, and they've been booking. So for me, at least, getting my message out and my brand, it's been working really well. And so I recommend other doctors who are opening a practice to at least try it and make it your own and be genuine, because people can tell if you have genuine posts, kind of your personality. And then those type of patients hopefully are the ones that want to come see you.
I couldn't agree more. I know we have to always be stepping out of our comfort zones, and I think also it, at least for me, a lot of people think that, oh, because I'm an extrovert, it's like easy for me to go on social media and like just talk. It's actually extremely difficult. And I
Mhm.
feel like nervous each time. And Brian and Colin have to constantly remind me, like, hey, like, show your
Hmm.
face. It's been like months. Or like, I went a whole, I don't know, 2 years, 3 years without like doing anything, like after I had my baby, after I opened Smile and Co. So,
Hmm.
yes, put yourself out there, even if it makes you cringe. You got to do things to,
Or I feel there's creative ways to do it and not be doing like dancing videos or
yeah,
even like talking heads. I think you could create a brand that's all about like showing off your office or showing off different things. You don't necessarily have to be on there like giving a speech
right.
or doing the
Right.
trends.
What are you finding these days that you're getting your inspiration from, Tony? Because you're so creative. You're always getting like cool ideas, or at least I'm getting cool ideas just watching you. But where do you like, how do you decide what to film? And like, do you
So
follow
I've
other
been
people?
learning that I've been learning that I have like a type of or style. Because like I told you, Joseph will help me. He'll send me, I just save things if I see them, but it's like a coffee shop owner doing a silly post or something. Puts something in my brain of like, oh, I could do this and make it dental in this way. Or even if I don't have an idea, but I like someone's content, just hit save. And then I
Mhm.
can always go back later and use it for inspiration. But I'm learning that really, me as the joyful dentist, it's very much me and my brand and how I act genuinely. But Joseph sometimes will send me a video like, oh, this is hilarious, or I could see you doing this. And it's not in my style or my wheelhouse. And I've kind of learned that because of what feels natural and what feels forced, and you kind of will get that feedback based off your views and likes and stuff too. But I don't remember your question. Did that answer your question?
Oh, like where you find your
Where I find the
inspiration? Do
inspiration?
you follow a lot of creator accounts just to
I do. And
yeah.
I'm even a part of a creator, dental creator group chat that Joyce the dentist started. And it's really nice because we've all kind of like shared our thoughts or growth, or if new editing apps come out, we talk about it. So it's a nice little group to be a part of.
Is that
Um,
a free group?
it's free. I'm not paying for it, but she posted something to apply to be in it. But this was maybe a year ago. And I just reached out to Joyce the dentist on Instagram, and then she created the group for anyone who wanted to be in it.
Nice.
But yeah, one good thing to practice, obviously, I have a personal Instagram and I have my dentist Instagram, but you have to be really careful on what you're scrolling and looking at. Like
Yeah.
on your professional Instagram, you're training the algorithm to show you things and what type of followers you want the algorithm to show your videos to. So it's really hard, but I try to train myself to not look at like elf on the shelf ideas on my dentist Instagram,
Ah,
Um,
yeah.
because now my feed is just all dentist, all healthcare, and the type of inspiration that I want.
That's a good tip. So,
Yeah.
because you keep your personal stuff on your personal page,
Mhm.
and then anything like dental related, that's what you'll scroll and follow
Yeah,
those other accounts on.
exactly. Exactly. Yeah.
Awesome. How now that you're open and seeing patients, how much time are you devoting to social media?
A lot less, honestly, a lot less, but I'll have little pockets of time and I'll try and shoot 2 or 3 videos and go to like my saved tab, or I'll tell Joseph about an idea and he'll help me find time in the day to film it. But it's a lot harder, because
Yeah.
every moment you're working. It's not just like when you're drilling on teeth, you're working anymore.
Right. Yes, I know. And do you ever, like at the end of a long day, do you ever like just say, I got to film before we go home or
No. At the
no?
end of the day, I am like busting out of here trying to go home and see my girls. And
Okay.
yeah, I'm a much more morning productive person. I would much
Yes.
rather wake up, get here early, and knock out some of that stuff before my team's here. Or
Yeah.
sometimes I film content at home after I put the girls to bed.
Wow. I would never. That sounds so tedious, but good for you that you're still maintaining it. And yeah, no. Are you repurposing the same content to both Instagram, Facebook? Or you're not really on Facebook, right?
I'm
TikTok?
not on Facebook, but I am. Everything is funneled through Instagram. That's like
Mm.
my main audience. And then I'll repost on TikTok. And I do have a Snapchat, but I don't keep it as active. And I do have a YouTube channel, but
Oh,
I don't
nice.
keep it as active. It's just like too
Ah,
many platforms to feed.
there, and that is like
And
a
then you have to
monster in and
find
of
like the
itself.
trending audio from each
Yeah.
one individually. And it's a lot.
No, whatever you're doing, I'm just gonna do it with Smiling Co. Thanks for doing all the hard work.
You're welcome. You can copy every single video and tag me in it, and I will be your hype girl.
I'm
That's
gonna tag you in all of them, like, credit to Toni Torres. Oh gosh, I was gonna ask you oh, yes. Have you already started dabbling in the sponsored posts on TikTok and Instagram?
you mean like brands? What do you mean?
Like, you can put money behind each post?
I don't really know what that is. Like I'm boosting it,
Yes. Yeah,
like an ad
like
almost,
an
right?
ad.
No, I've never done that. But I just created kind of like an experience at Bloom Dental Co. reel. And
Oh,
I showed it to my friend who owns her own marketing company, and she was teaching me how to boost it on Instagram. I've just been too shy to pull the trigger and post it.
you should just do it, and then I
I
can
will.
copy you.
I will.
You're being selfish by keeping it to yourself. Think about all the people. Who
Uh,
can take credit for your
but yeah, I don't think
ingenious
it's that
ideas?
expensive. I think you can like boost it with $50 or $100.
Girl, you can boost it with $5
Yeah.
just to see what kind of
Yeah, I'm curious.
traction
So
you get.
I have one saved. I'll let you know when I do it. It's
Okay.
ready to go. I just am
You
saving it.
so many of us are watching what you're doing, and you're getting such great feedback, and more importantly, it's bringing butts to the chairs.
Yeah.
That's
That's why
and
I
you're not
started all
even
this.
yeah, like you're using a free tool and you haven't even started like boosting it. So I can only imagine like once you actually put some money behind it.
And I just want to stress, like, it's such a strange phenomenon because it's like people put more faith in you because you're on their screen, right? Like, I'm just every other dentist, really. Like, I'm educated the same. I haven't
Yeah.
gone to like super fancy courses or anything, but I feel like people put a certain authority if you're brave enough to go and say, this is my opinion on a platform. Does that
Mhm.
make sense? And
Yeah.
so I had an interesting experience where I had last week, I had a limited exam come in. She called us. She said she had a crown come off. She came in. I think she had trouble with her paperwork. So she was in the lobby for like 20 minutes. I was getting nervous that like something was wrong or she was going to have a bad experience and took x-ray on her. I maybe saw her for 5 minutes. It was just in between patients. We squeezed her on the schedule and we didn't do any of our normal hospitality and everything. And this wonderful patient left the office, was probably here 30 minutes total, and left us this like 5 paragraph, 5-star review on Google.
Oh my gosh.
And she returned this week for a full exam. And I asked her, because I read this at home in bed, I'm like, I saw this patient for all of 5 minutes and didn't do my normal Tony thing, getting to know the patient. And she felt the need to leave this comment. So I asked her when I saw her at her full exam, and she said it was because she was so excited to meet me because she follows my Instagram and she got to see the space in real life and she got to meet me and felt that I was so genuine to the posts. Isn't that crazy?
I
So
love it.
it's just, it's like an introduction to your patients. It just made me feel that some people walking in the door, I already have a little bit of trust on my side,
Yeah.
which does nothing but help with your business and what we do, drilling and filling and torturing people.
Yeah. Now, how do you get over I mean, obviously we'll feel like self-conscious about the way we look on screen. Like, do you just like block out those voices when they come up?
Yeah, I mean, of course, I felt so stupid at first or like pretentious, like who's this girl just filming herself, talking to her phone. But I've found that I just try to be my most genuine self and
Hmm.
I try to post things without makeup on. But honestly, I don't know. I like if it's like a security thing or what, obviously I won't post something if I think I look hideous in it. But at the end of the day, I feel that people want to see real content and real people, and they're not going to trust you if you're fake.
Yeah.
So when I'm filming, I typically will just choose the first time I film it, I'll just choose it. I don't want to
Hmm.
sit there and like refilm, and obsess over it.
Hmm.
And that's worked for me. Of course, I look at it and I'm like, oh, my nose looks weird, or like that's a weird angle. And I think I said this on an earlier episode, get yourself a partner who's helping you film and shoot. For me, that's Joseph, where
Hmm.
he'll just be like, your hair looks weird. Go to the mirror and fix it. But someone that you don't feel self-conscious
Yeah.
being goofy or stupid in front of.
Hmm.
And I know not everyone has that support, but that helps me a lot.
I love it. I love it. Hey friends, I just want to give some love to Net32 for supporting this episode. If you're a practice owner like me, you know the back end of running a dental office isn't always sexy, but it is necessary. Net32 is an online marketplace where you can compare brands, vendors, and prices all in one place. That means you're not overpaying or wasting time. And when you're building a startup or juggling multiple practices, every dollar and every minute matters. I've used Net32 and it's honestly made a huge difference. Check them out at net32.com/the making of. And now let's get back to the show. Okay, Toni, what's your other question? How many questions did you get, by the way?
One, two. I know you're like, this is supposed to be a short one. Alrighty. So, how many days do I recommend still working in my associateship the month leading up to opening? Okay. I had a doctor reach out and say that she is getting ready to open. It's crunch time.
Mhm.
How many days did I work and did I want to do it more or less? So I feel that I had a pretty good balance. The month leading up gets really, really busy.
Mhm.
And I worked 2 days a week at my associateship, which means I had 3 full business days to work on Bloom. And for me, I think that was a really good balance. I was at least making enough money to help pay, like maybe my student loan or something for that month, helping my husband pay a little bit of the bills. But at the same time, I don't think you can afford to have less than 3 days a week to be
Mhm.
at your new startup because you're going to have countless meetings. You're going to have to be there with the construction crew as they're finishing and buttoning everything up. You're going to have to be doing all your last minute inspections and permitting and also shopping and like buying last minute things. And I really think that 2 days a week working at another gig, 3 days a week being like on the ground working on your business is a good balance, if not more days at your new business.
I would absolutely agree with that. I think oftentimes we either are opening the startup and making sure that everything is completely perfect before we decide to jump ship from
Mhm.
our associateship. And I think you will have not stagnant growth, but just your trajectory will be slower. But also, you can't shit on two thrones. Is that the
Yeah.
same?
Yeah.
You can't do both. And if you already know that you're like, you're building something for you, and I think if, yeah, just do it. And I mean, obviously, you have to be financially responsible. So if you have kids or you're the single parent, you have to do what's going to be best for your situation. So some people, unfortunately, don't have the luxury of being able to dedicate 3 days right out of the gate.
Yeah.
So yeah, that I can see both sides. Like you want it to grow as fast as you can, but if you're the single income earner and there are lots of things riding on the success of you, you have to make sure your bills are paid. So,
Yeah, but I was even coming the week leading up to opening day. I was even coming every night after I put my kids to bed until 11 at night,
mm,
because there's so much that's going to be taking up your 8 to 5 on the business.
yeah.
No, you're not going to be able to do meetings and inspections and all of these things on your weekends or on your evenings. So at some point, you have to take the leap. And also to that point, since I have quit my associateship completely, I still am not seeing patients on Tuesdays and Thursdays, but my mental capacity is
Mm,
so much healthier having 2 admin days a week right now because that balance that I spoke to before of, okay, I'm like, hands in mouth, 8 to 5 every day. When do I have time to balance the books and look at products and do a supply order? I'm just mentally not trained for that yet. So the relief of being able to have a full admin day to schedule meetings with, because once you open, you still have meetings
mm,
all the time. You're still meeting with all these companies and coaches and marketing. And really, if you're in people's mouths, 8 to 5, Monday through Friday, you don't have time to get that stuff done. So it's been a huge relief for me in just building Bloom.
I think that I think that's the reason, honestly, why most dentists, if they can work a 3-day clinical work week, they choose it. So
Yeah.
maybe this is the start of your forever, Toni. Maybe maybe you won't be doing 4 days or 5 days. Maybe after you're ready to cut back, you just bring an associate to open up those other 2 days,
Yeah.
especially since your girls are so adorable and they're only young once. Gosh, it goes
I
by way too fast. Way too fast.
I have on this weekend on Saturday is our winter festival. So I feel like I'm still recovering from that Halloween
Yeah.
festival, and we're getting all set up to be out there for 6 hours on Saturday. But I know I'll love it once I'm there and it's all set up.
6 hours?
Yeah, we set up at like maybe even we set up at longer because setup starts at 10 and the event's over at 5 and then we clean up.
So what exactly is this event, Toni, and how many people are expected to be at this event?
So we have these giant parks in my neighborhood. And so for the winter festival, there's going to be like pictures with Santa and a tiny train and face painting and bounce houses. And so it's just a really big festival for the community. And there's about like 2,500 to 3,000 people that attend.
Wow.
And they have like an area for all the sponsors for us to set up our booths. We're right next to like the food. So usually people go and get food and then walk around our booths to see what we have going on. And it's super fun. I'm sad I miss out because my husband comes and takes the girls and I'm like at the booth.
Oh,
Yeah, but
that
it's
is a
really
bummer.
fun. It's super early because they're doing a tree lighting ceremony for the big
Nice.
tree in our neighborhood. And so, yeah, that's the main attraction is the tree lighting.
Wait, so how much was it to set up a booth to be a sponsor basically at this event?
So it's so affordable. The whole year, they have tiers, of course, but the tier that I sign up for is $250, I believe, for the whole year.
Wow.
And yeah, if you make like special promotions for the community, they'll put it on their Instagram, Facebook. They'll put it in the weekly newsletter that all of us that live in there get emails once a week. And then you can attend any of the events that you want that they host. Yeah.
That is super exciting. So the next time I talk with you, let's do more of the audience questions since
Okay.
since we didn't get to
We
all
talk
of
too
them.
much.
And then I'll ask you how the festival went.
Sounds good.
And I'll tell you about our Smile and Co party.
Yes. Okay. Take videos, post them.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
Good luck
I will.
shopping.
Oh, thank you. Oh, mad rush. But since you are like open and all of that, now like the day to day is not so much to like talk about because we all know what dentists do every week. So if you want to go back to your notes or create notes of your timeline and then just rehash any memories of securing a loan or any difficulties with that or any difficulties with finding your location. I know we talked briefly about that and that you worked
Mhm.
with a broker to help, but just nuances like that that can be
Just the
helpful to
start
that.
out with the very
Yeah.
beginning stuff. Okay.
Yes. Yeah.
Sounds good.
All right. Oh, what is one thing that has saved your life this week?
Oh, I'm prepared this week. I would say so. I don't know about every practice management software, but in Open Dental, you can create an ASAP list.
Okay.
So if you have a patient that schedules an appointment, but it's 4 weeks out and they really want to come in sooner, you can add patients to this list. And what I found, even with, taking my prepayments for patient scheduling treatment or all of the efforts we're trying to do to get no-shows or cancellations, not have them, we still get them. And it's a bummer, especially when you're paying payroll. So
Yeah.
what Ari has kind of trained herself to do when speaking to patients who call in and cancel or move their appointment, or even patients who are just scheduling a new patient appointment, and she lets them know. like, hey, we're so fortunate to be booked out for the entire month of December. Like, our community has given us so much support and we're grateful for that. But unfortunately, we can't book you until January. But if you would like, I can put you on this ASAP list. And
Hmm.
she really creates urgency and an exclusivity feeling. And she's been putting patients on this list. And then anytime we have gotten like a cancellation, someone, cancels, it's 8 a.m. and maybe they can't come in at their 11 appointment. Ari has been able to use that ASAP list and put someone on the schedule.
Go, Ari.
Yeah, that's been saving our lives because we haven't had, thankfully, any gaps in our schedule yet, and just keeps the ball rolling.
I love that you have team members who are invested, not just like punching the clock and being there until their day shift ends. But
Yeah,
it's really nice to have people like that who are like, they
absolutely.
understand urgency, they understand the power of communication and getting the schedule filled. Good job. Good
Yeah,
job, Ari.
I know. Good job, Ari.
All right, guys. Thanks for listening to a quick episode of the Making of Bloom Dental Co. If you have any questions for Toni, make sure to reach out to her on social media, and all of her info, all of her handles will be linked in the show notes that Colin always provides. And what else? That's basically it. If you know anybody who is thinking about doing a startup or already started the process, share this with them. It's just really nice to hear all the behind the scenes from inception to completion. Like, we're all just learning, and we're learning from each other. And that is the power of community. And we are so grateful that you are a part of it. So thank you, Toni. I will chat with you next week. Until then, thanks for listening. Bye, guys.
Bye.